Questions are being asked after more than a dozen people were trapped for about 2 hours at a theme park on the Gold Coast. Reporter Danielle Mahi is at SeaWorld, where the ride malfunction happened. Danielle, how did this all unfold?
Good morning. Well, this was not the ride that these tourists expected, that's for sure. The Vortex, which is a popular Big Blue attraction here at SeaWorld, that is the ride at the centre of this incident that happened here yesterday afternoon. Now, it's advertised to provide a high-speed, thrilling experience, and it claims to twist, turn and spin you like never before, but that is not what happened. In fact, the opposite happened, and at about 2:30, that ride stopped mid-ride, and there were 13 passengers on board, and they were stuck in the air about 15 metres above the ground for almost 2 hours. Now, fortunately though, that ride did stop upright and they weren't left dangling upside down. But the downside was that it was quite a warm day. It was quite a warm day yesterday, and so we saw staff having to go to their aid on cherry pickers to give them some water and umbrellas to give them a bit of reprieve from the heat as they waited to be rescued. Now, emergency services were on standby, but engineers were eventually able to lower that ride down so that they were able to each safely disembark, and no passengers needed to go to hospital for treatment. But paramedics did say that one of those passengers did suffer a bit of heat stroke as a result. Now, this is actually the second time that an incident of this kind has happened within the past week here at SeaWorld. If you can see just behind me, the Leviathan, which is a big roller coaster here at SeaWorld, that also stopped mid-ride after it malfunctioned last Thursday. And we do understand that about 20 passengers were on board, and it took them about an hour for them to safely disembark.
Right, and how has SeaWorld responded to the incident?
Now, SeaWorld has described this incident as a standard ride stoppage due to a sensor communication fault. Now, in a statement, they have said that those 13 passengers on board were in constant communication with their team, and they've also reiterated that their team regularly trains for these type of events should they happen. Now, as for the ride itself, we are unsure as to when it will reopen to the public, but I have spoken to SeaWorld this morning, and they say that engineers will be here this morning, I guess trying to run some diagnostic tests to determine exactly what happened. But as for those unlucky passengers, I'm sure this will be a ride they will never forget.